Hey y'all, so today I want to talk to you about what I learned from the devil. Now before you stop this video and think it's going off in a bad direction, just hear me out, okay? So the first thing I want to talk to you about is this card right here. This is the devil card from the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, painted by Pamela Coleman Smith and envisioned, or the concept created by A.E. Waite. And if you look right here, we see a devil figure presiding over a man and a woman. And this is supposedly the same man and a woman from the Lover's card. And this represents the evil in the hearts of people, the evil presence in the world, binding by thought, word, and deed, addiction, black magic, bad mojo, all that evil stuff that we don't want anything to do with. But if you look closer at this card, I also associate this card with addictions, especially sexual addiction, but also drug addiction. But if you look really close at this card, you'll see these two people are chained to the devil's pedestal. They have these chains around their neck. But look at there. Look how loose those chains are. If that man and woman wanted to, all they had to do was slip that chain off their neck and go about their way. But they don't want to do that because they're addicted to a way of thinking that's negative, a way of speaking that's negative, a way of doing that is negative. They're addicted to their vices, whether it's drinking, unhealthy sex, food. I have a food addiction that I deal with in my weight loss journey. Food is a drug. People are addicted to alcohol. People can be addicted to anything. People don't want to give up their addictions because it serves some kind of purpose in their life. But just like those people in that card, you can take that chain. It's not easy to break that chain, but you can take that chain off your neck and walk away from it. And so that's something that I want to talk to you about today. Something that I learned from the devil. In 1967, the comedy team of Peter Cook and Dudley Moore created a movie, and that movie was called Bedazzled. Now in the year 2000, they did a remake of that movie with Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley. So within this movie, Dudley Moore plays a man named Stanley. And Stanley is a short order cook in some little restaurant. And he has a crush on a waitress. Only he doesn't have the courage to ask her out or tell her how he feels. So he kind of mopes around wanting something. And then he finally decides that since he can't have it, his best option is to commit suicide. So he rigs up a little rope to hang himself from, and just as he's about to kill himself, he gets a knock on his door. And he answers the door, and in comes a man named George, played by Peter Cook, a man named George Spiggott. And George introduces himself to Stanley as the devil, and he offers Stanley 7 wishes in exchange for his soul. Now there's a side plot. Basically, George Spiggott, or the devil's motivation, is that he has a bet with God, or an arrangement with God, that if he can collect 100 billion human souls, he will be allowed entrance back into heaven and live with God. So anyway, naturally, Stanley is a little bit skeptical of George. He doesn't believe him. And so George offers Stanley 1 trial wish, consequence-free. So Stanley uses that 1 trial wish to wish for, I think it was like a milkshake or a hamburger, something simple. And so George goes, okay, come with me. So they leave Stanley's apartment. I think they get on a bus. They go downtown. They go somewhere. Go into a restaurant. George walks up to the counter and he orders the milkshake or the hamburger or whatever it is. And of course he gets it. But then he makes Stanley pay for it out of his own pocket. He doesn't actually buy it for Stanley. He makes Stanley pay for it, which is funny. But anyway, if you don't know anything else about this movie, just that right there is a powerful lesson. The fact that he forced Stanley wanted something, and he forced Stanley to get out of the house and go after it. That is a powerful lesson. You know, if there's something that you want, don't just sit around at home wishing for it and waiting for life to happen to you. Go out there and make life happen for yourself. And that is what the devil taught me. So anyway, I hope you take this lesson to heart. I hope you can learn something from this story. And until next time, as I always say, make good decisions, do good things, and be good people. Goodbye.